Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house.
And they know that they not like us. We ain't gon' do it. The only thing that can stop me is me. If you're doing this for the women you losing, do this shit for yourself. I do this shit for myself.
Style is the bomb, daddy bomb.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Daily Profiler Statistician.
Mr. Daily Profiler Statman.
While others guess where the market might go, you crunch the numbers, projecting highs and lows with surgical precision.
The high of day, low of day, you've got them dialed in.
London Open, you've measured it New York over-under. You've tested it Asia range. You've logged every tick since 2018.
No lagging indicators for this guy.
Only you can say, based on the last 47 days, there's a 63% chance the high of the day forms before 11 a.m.
Probability never sounded so
crack open a cold one, because trading isn't luck, it's statistics and a really big spreadsheet.
It's Mr. Daily Profiler Stockmans.
Good morning, everybody. Morning, Mickey.
Good morning.
What up, what up, what up? Let us know in the chat where you're watching from. Good morning, good morning. We are doing a giveaway this morning, as you guys can see here. Let me put it back on here. Boom. We're going to do a two 100K evals giveaway. Just trying to get the stream out to more people, trying to find different ways we can reach more people with what we're doing here. And so if you want to win, enter in, just click the pinned tweet. I pinned it in the message here in the live chat. All you got to do is go to the tweet, like and retweet it. You know the deal. It's nothing crazy. Tag 2 people. And then sometime probably after the end-ish of when we're trading and stuff, we'll announce who it is. And then you have to be in the stream. If you're not in the stream and you are the winner, we'll just move on to the next person until whoever's in the stream wants to, or is here, they can claim it. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Good morning, Andrew. We got Dave. Oh, what's up, Dave? See you all the time on Twitter. Welcome here, dude. Good morning, Cody. Good morning, Victor. Good morning, Twist. Good morning, Stan. Chitaki. Good morning, WP Capital. Good morning. What's up, Alex? I don't think I've seen you here before. Welcome, Alex. I like seeing new people here. Welcome, welcome. We got Landy, fellow PAC member there. Good morning, good morning. We got Mark Taylor. Thank you, good sirs. Theme song, yes, sir. Dude, I'm telling you, it's a habit now. I can't not start the stream listening to it. All right. So I got all my stuff here. I think I got all the stuff ready. And so I'll get into a little bit of what I'm seeing. Then I'll pass the mic over to my buddy Mickey here. If you are new here, you're watching the recording or just here for the first time, we do this every single Monday, 8:20 a.m. EST. And then on Fridays, we do a war game session where it's a little bit shorter and we just go over the analysis and trade ideas. Then we trade live with our community and the boot camp members. And speaking of the boot camp, boom, top left corner there, QR code. If you want to understand and learn how we trade and the statistics that we use, we have a boot camp here. That's a 3-month boot camp. The next cycle starts on January. And there we go. So let's get into it. Ola from America's Hat in Vancouver. I don't think I've ever heard somebody call Canada America's Hat. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good morning, Pilsy. Morning, Shag. Hooge from Oh, gotcha. Got it. Okay. Sometimes you guys got different usernames. All right, cool. What's up, Second? Good morning, Second. Good morning, Wes. Got a bunch of y'all here today.
And let's do a quick little announcement on the boot camp, right? So where are we within this class's boot camp, right? So we just completed, how to read a live market and how to use that live market to align with historical data. Now, there's 2 ways that we look at historical data. We use it based off the Tokyo markets. What did it do? What did the Frankfurt and London markets do to give us the probabilities of the direction in different high day, low day measurements for New York 1 and New York 2? So from 8:30 to 11:30 and then 11:30 to 1600, right? And then we use candle science, which is using the last 2 open, high, low, close criteria to let us know what the third candle or the current candle you're on is, where the probabilities are from that level, right? So we learned how to align live price with historical data, right? And that's going to take a couple months to get really proficient at that repetition, because everything is about reps, and that's how you get proficient at anything, right? Doing it on your own in a live market, the same repeatable workflow, right? But now we've passed phase 1, right? And we moved into phase 2. And phase 2 is taking different measured moves, right? the historical data, the live price component, anything that can be measured within a wiggle, right, of the chart, and build risk profiles around them, right? And so I'm excited about this part because like being able to build a risk profile around a measured move is the silent speaker in today's world, right? It's I personally think it's the most important portion of any trading component, right? But it's the least spoken of. And so we'll be probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks talking about that, doing exercises on that, and getting the boot camp members spun up on that. And like what they will begin to see is the strategy is irrelevant, but how you build the risk profile and how you position size around that and how you add and take away that position, right, matters more than anything and trumps any part of the strategy itself. So that's where we're at. And then the last phase will be building business plans and trade plans and journaling and merging the two phases together for the individual trader. So yeah, that's where we're at. If you're in the if you're signed up for the January class, be patient, right? We do this in 3-month stints because like it's good information, it's a lot of information, but we take our time doing it correctly, right? And so in a couple weeks, like Pocket will let you into this class and you'll be able to, start pre-learning the information. So you're in snowbird status right now. But yeah, that's where we are in the boot camp.
Yeah, understanding measure moves, guys. That's some really good like secret sauce to what we do, because a lot of people really, it's not bad, right? We're accustomed to looking at a lot of things in life as a linear projection. Like we're always accustomed to think, and I even made a post about this over the weekend. We're always accustomed to thinking that everything is like the more work you put into something, the closer you're going to get to that goal. And then also the same token, the more when you have a trade plan, it's static. Like you're using this stop loss, you're using this TP, you're using this area or whatever the case may be. But the market is very dynamic and we see it every day. And if you've been in the market for a week, you know the same thing. It does the same statistics, but there's a thing called variance, and that variance is what gives us the ability and the need to measure. Okay, well, you have a target of midnight open, but what's that variance of how much drawdown could price go away from midnight open before returning to midnight open? Or when you take a position, what's that drawdown that you're going to get? What's that MAE that you're going to get before getting to your desired location, right? So it's really important.
Yeah, I think that's we got time, right? Like to have this conversation. Like I think this is.
Let's get into the analysis first. That way we then, because I hate rushing. Like I hate when you and I are like rushing through the analysis.
Sounds good.
Is it possible to join some live? Yeah, you're in it right now, bro.
Yeah.
You're literally watching it. Did I just read that? Yeah. This is the live session. All right. Okay. So I'll just break down what I see. Somebody genuinely asked, is it possible to see the live trade session? Yep.
Ta-da!
Oh gosh. All right.
The quickest customer service response you ever get.
I don't know why that cracked me up so much. Like,
it's not like we do secret stuff behind Discord walls. We just do it every day. Where to the public, we do it on Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah. Sometimes, Mickey, I don't know how you are when people ask questions and stuff. I try to put my brain into their like what are they thinking in that exact moment when they're asking? Like when they're typing, are they like, I don't know. It's just I'm just picturing somebody tuning into this stream being like, where do I want to find the live session? I don't know. God bless that.
Dude, you don't want to know what I think when I read comments and questions. It's not the same as what you do. You laugh about it. I'm just like, oh my God, what a fucking idiot. But then that's where I have to learn how to have empathy. Like, and so I have to sit there and be like, all right, let me think about what they're trying to ask and what their intent is. Are you still there? Uh-oh. Can you hear me or him in the chat? Hello?
I hear you, no Austin.
All right, we lost Austin. Oh no. All right, let's share my screen. I'll go into my analysis. Justin, can you make it where I can share screen? There we go. All right,
I
so
got you.
sounds good. Until Austin gets back, I'll do mine. Starting on the daily chart, we know that we're at this pretty crucial level right now. We're inside of NFP Friday. We're below previous month 50%. Right? When we're below NFP Friday, previous month 50%, we expect 50% red days, 50% green days. We expect quarterly lows, and then we look for the next month to rotate back up, right? When we're above NFP Friday and previous month 50%, we expect 70% green days, 30% red days. We look for intraday lows of the days around 18 to 1900, 3 to 4, 9:30 to 10:30, right? And we expect closes to be higher, right? So now we're kind of stuck in limbo land. And when you're stuck in limbo land, whether it's right here or where we're currently at or any of these months, you get injections of more volatility, right? Which means you need to be a little bit safer with your trading. You need to just you need to be a little bit more cautious with what systems you turn on. You need to be definitely paying attention to the position size, et cetera, et cetera. And you guys lost my screen. All right, let's go back to Austin. Are you there? So his screen's sharing, but he's not talking. All right,
yeah, I got you there.
we're back. All right, and we're back.
I am here. Hello, hello.
All right, I am gonna just knock out the analysis since you dropped.
There you go. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna see, right? Because we measure 3 types of pullbacks, and right now we're looking like we're going with round 2 quarterly pullback, right? Instead of just a monthly slowdown, this looks more serious. But the if-then statements is we need to close below NFP Friday to get the quarterly pullback condition, right? So we're very cautious on that. We understand that from a candle science using Thursday and Friday, right? And how Friday closed and where we are today, we can see that as of right now, right, there's a 51% probability that we close above previous day high. There's a 6% probability that we close below previous day low, right? So we have a lot of room in between, and that's where our intraday comes into play, right? From a weekly perspective, right, we know that we've hit the lower probability target already, which is 51 basis points off of our fixed constant, and that we've hit the 86% probability to the upside from a weekly perspective. And so now we're trying to see, does it want this 82% level at 1% off of our fixed constant, which has happened over the last year, 43 out of the 52 weeks, right? So we're paying attention to that. We're not excited to call highs and lows yet. We got plenty of the week to do that, right? High week, low week, right? Right? So, oh, this is on the 3 hour. No wonder I was like, this looks really confusing, right? What we can see over the last year is that, right, 9 of the 56 times we have put the high or the low the weekend 9 times, which is the most occurrence across the board, right? But we know we're going to give ourselves grace and wait a little bit closer to the median before making that call, right? All right, so now going intraday, we can see that one thing out the gate, right, doing our P12 analysis is that we went to MAE, and now it's looking like we're going to MFE from a 12-hour approach, right? Which because of the rate that we're doing it, we can't truly confirm yet if this is going to be led to a true versus false day, right? It can still be false and just work its way back up into here and then go from there. But let's look at the high day, low day stuff. Okay, overnight, Asia was bidded up, so Tokyo bought the market up, Frankfurt brought it back down, right? And so we know we have contradicting markets, right? So now we're going to go into our wargaming with data, right? When we see this, right, and now we can go short, right? We can see that that P12 low has a 95% probability of getting hit. The P12 mid has already been hit, right? But that's what we're going to look at. And then the previous day mid has a 66% probability of being hit too, which just conveniently is right next to each other, right? So we're going to see, does price want to net and then go back up, turning this thing false, right? Which is already the highest probable move of the day, right? And we'll talk about what is going to reach for to the upside in a minute, right? So going to the profiler, right? Looking at the highest probable session, true versus false, meaning, right? True means we cannot take out this 730 to 830 high. False meaning that we net off of this and then we come and take out this 730 to 830 high, right? We can see that the higher probability is yes, we do take out this high. The lower probability is no, we don't take out that high, right? And we're going to use the 4-step reversal that we use between 9:30 and 10:30 or 10:15 to identify the true versus false. We already have clues right now that this could possibly be a true day based off of the P12, right? But now we're going to go look at the stats based off of Tokyo markets bringing it up and Frankfurt market and London markets bringing it back down, right? We know that we're more likely to do a short false scenario, right? So we're going to look at the London OU, right? The London OU has a 92% probability. We can see that the mode to the right side near the 30 percentile, right, supports it getting in touch between 9:30 and 10:15 and then all the way to 11, right? And it'll be obvious if it wants to reach that way. We'll get 3-hour lines up, right? So we know that that is a target that we can ask for in New York 1, right? Now does New York 1 have the distro to make it up there, right? We can see over the last quarter, New York 1's distro has been 0.59, 148 handles, right? So because we overspin in Asia and we overspin in London, we don't, that's pretty far up there. That's almost twice, it's over 2 times as much as what we typically get in New York 1, right? So that London OU might not be a good target for the morning session. This might be something that we look at for the afternoon session, because remember this previous day high right next to London OU has a 51% probability of closing above it, right? So, but we know that for a target in New York 1, the morning session, that might be a little bit unrealistic, right? So let's move this distro back right there. So now, let me put on some levels that we can actually shoot for. So we have settlement right here, and we have Globix open right here, and we have P12 mid right here, right? And we have midnight right up here. Midnight would be an extended cash flow target, right? Globix open, settlement, and P12 mid would be normal targets, right? We can see right between 8 and 11 or 8 and 12, right? Globex has an 86% probability of being hit majority of the time between 9:30 and 9:45. So that can be a target as we're expecting this thing to be false, turn false, right? We can see that midnight has an 80% probability, but if it's going to get hit, it's usually going to get hit between 8 and 8:45. So because we're so extended below it, that now is a less attractive probability that we're going to shoot. We can see that on Mondays, right? 25% of the gap fill has always been hit. 50% has always been 92% hit. But the overall settlement fill is 76% probability. So that is another target that we can shoot for. And it looks like we might get it before the open, but we can shoot for that as well, right? So now we're going to go look at the high day, low day situation for here for short false. We can see the highest probable price. Let's do high day, low day real quick. We can see that there's a bulk of data, aka the mode to the median, where majority of the low of the day data sits between 9:30 and 10:15. So we can still expect for us to dip down, net off of here, and then start heading up, which is why the 4-step reversal is going to be the key trigger to tell us if we expect false versus true. Right, and then we can see that the high of the day in this scenario, right, typically happens at the end of the day, power hour to be exact, right? You have majority of your data sitting on that power hour. That supports that 51% closing above the previous day high in London OU in the afternoon, right? And we can see it typically happens 0.4 to 0.8, right? Our current high of the day right now is at 355, so it's the instant high, right? Which supports the true or supports the false, but supports that can be, because we do have a bulk of data, even for this scenario, sitting right here that says this can be the high of the day, right? It's the highest mode to the left side of the 50, right? So it can be supported. So if live price is showing that it does not want to go there, we have to accept that, all right? So now we're going to go look at what the true day, high day, low day, and we're going to do this all in reverse, right? We can see now, if we decide to go true today, meaning the same analysis that P12 and the 12-hour MFE MA is giving us and sponsoring and supporting right now, right? That this is the highest probable high a day, right? Meaning that we can't take out this 7:30 to 8:30 high, and that we just continue into 11:30 below this high, right? So this is, even though over time this is the lower probability, live price is showing us that this is the probability that it possibly is going with. That high of the day is a clue, a market crumb that's saying, hey, dude, we keep selling off. Stop trying to buy. You're in a red daily candle and you need to trade it that way. All right. All right. So moving on. Right. We can see that the low of the day can happen sporadically at different points of the day. Right. So we all automatically think, as we're watching live price, are we going to trend into an end of day low day, or are we going to range into settlement? Meaning we put the low of the day in at 11:30, 11:45 to 14:15 to 14:30, and then we just range into settlement, right? Which is a possibility. We can see from a price standpoint, we've already hit, when we have not hit, the mode to median for a short true is between 0.6 and 1% to the downside of a Globex open. Right, so we can see that that would land between here and here, right? So this is why it's important to see, are we accepting or rejecting levels? And we talked very in detail about that in the boot camp, because this is your low of the day zone for a short true, knowing that it can happen anywhere from 1030 to 1600, right? All right, so if that's the case, obviously we're not going to get a proper 4-step reversal taking out this high. We know that based off of New York 1 distro, right, we've already spent majority of the quarter's distro for 7:30 to 11:30 right here, right now, right? So for me, my trade plans today, bottom line up front, if I get a 4-step reversal, I expect false. I'll target stuff like the P12 mid. I'm going to be shooting for cash flow targets because we're running out of distro, right, to the upside, and expecting that the low of the day will be put in between 9:30 and 10:15. If we cannot do the 4-step reversal, let's say we just come back up here to settlement and then continue selling off, right, I will shoot for extended TPs like the previous day mid, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm excited because, like, over the weekend, me and Austin spent forever back testing a new way to position size in and out of our 9:30 trade, which will help us, capture more of the move. Right, so I'm not going to have any trend models on today because of the nature of the beast, right, of the extension overnight. Everything for me will be cash flow. If I start getting a 4-step reversal, I'll shoot for cash flow to the upside, right? I will leave additional runners on once we start trading it. Austin will walk you through it. Where I'm going to TP at is I'm going to do the same exact plan that he does. And to the downside, same thing, right? So that's me, Austin. I'll let you go on and take over and
yeah.
do your part.
Cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to see this over time. Like what Mickey was saying about the risk management thing, and I just want to touch on that real quick too. Is when you guys really dive deep into your system, there will be answers that will build to you through just how you execute that same system. And I think a lot of people they look for those answers in a new strategy when the only thing a strategy is there for you to get is a base understanding of a consistent way of executing. But then when you guys dive deep into how doing the same thing every day, you will find so many clues on how to evolve just that same process. And I'll tell you guys real quick. This is literally the evolution of my entire journey. I used to trade. If we wanted to start like, y'all know those caveman drawings where they do like there's like a famous caveman drawing of like the evolution of a human being. So this is the evolution of literally how I have traded and managed risk. The forefront has always been, my strategy has always been, I want to trade highly probable moves with consistent positive risk management. That's it. I started out trading pivot breaks. Everybody knows pivot lines. Okay, this is your zone, your R1, R2, R3, S1, S2, S3. And then I would build from what I knew at the time, statistics on how I can properly trade this. Then I shifted once I was like, okay, and then I'll also use the high and the low of the previous day. So I use the high and the low of the previous day. Here's the high of the previous day. Here's the low of the previous day. And that's all I did. And then I would understand. I'd be like, okay, well, what's the weaknesses here? What am I seeing? And I kept doing this for months on months on months on months. And I was like, okay, cool. I like the positive risk management side, but I don't like the fact that the frequency is so low. And so I was like, okay, cool. How can I do that? Well, I took the highs and lows of days, and then I traded the same thing, but I used the reversal. And then I noticed, I was like, okay, well, now what's the biggest weakness here? Well, the biggest weakness here is I lack context on when this reversal is going to be. Guess what that led to? You guys know it. This led to midnight open. I was like, okay, well, I'm studying my trading. I'm studying my executions. And, oh, I'm noticing that when we take the high or low of day, there's a specific time anchor. And in that time anchor, we like to retrace this goofy little line called midnight open. And then I was like, okay, well, now with midnight open, I have a statistical area. I have catalysts, AKA footprints, and I have my objective entry criteria. What's the biggest weakness here? Biggest weakness here, trend days. When we do this right here and we just fail and we fail and we fail. And I was like, okay, well, now that I've been very consistent at just taking this trade and being okay with enough, how can I evolve my risk management here? I evolve my risk management by then looking at 930. And this is where Mickey and I became really close with what we do. And I started seeing his systems with the daily profiler. And I was like, dude, this is perfect. Because not only does this let me see where midnight open is going to get retraced more often than not and what also isn't, but also this cool little box called market open. And this market open not only allowed me to manage risk even more to where, let's say we fail to retrace midnight open, I can cut the trade here, but I can also join the shorts and let market open tell me when I can choose for either statistics above price or when I can trade away from statistics of price. And then we say, okay, well, we like market open. What's the biggest weakness here? When we get market open And we do this right here. We do this little fun number, right? You get like 7 gray hairs. You're trying to like capture a move, and then you get stopped, and then you try to catch it. And I was like, okay, well, great. What is my risk saying? What is my risk management saying? Not what statistics are, not what back test data is telling me. What is my actual live forward trading data telling me? My live forward trading data is telling me, because I've stuck to the same thing, no matter if it's stressful or not, I have to stick through this to see what my business is going to tell me. My business was telling me, hey, man, you're getting a lot of these profitable moves off of a very high strike rate, and then you're getting reversed on even when you want to get these extended targets. And so thus is now kind of the way that I manage risk. And I'm going to start, or what Mickey was saying is, if I know that that high strike rate move is going to be a portion of that market open, regardless of any other statistic in the world, regardless of where we're at in the high day, low day, it's just a very high strike rate move. Why don't I pay myself there and then let these statistics tell me where I can exit further? So I wouldn't have had any of these answers revealed to me if I was frustrated with one little piece here and I switched to a completely different trading strategy, aka like started just trading patterns, or if I started just trading insert trading strategy here. I stayed true to the same thing that made sense to me, which is statistical based trading, and then I evolved it. And my risk management is what has changed and has changed and has changed, not because of anything other than the fact that this is what gives me peace on the charts. And it comes from just a long period of watching how your risk is being managed day by day. So I just want to really put that in as we get into this session today. I want you guys to understand that you guys and a lot of people search for the answers that I just gave, right? When y'all seen that huge timeline, it took all the way to here to get that answer. People are looking for that answer all the way, like at level 10. They're looking for a level 10 answer when you can't even pass level 1.
Yeah,
So
let me add to that, because like we cannot. Let me share a screen real quick. So you got to have a measured move, right? A measured move is something as simple as, I've noticed that this pattern or this level at this time gets retraced to so many times, or I've noticed that once we cross over this indicator, we do a crossover, that it goes to oblivion and not more than it doesn't, right? But at the end of the day, it all comes down to, right, before we even get into market environment and volatility conditions, right? A lot of people get confused because they think a win rate controls the profitability of the system. And that is the farthest thing from the truth that could ever be, right? Anything, right? Because if your risk profile for that win rate is not correct, right, it will destroy that system. So that's just the risk profile. But if the market environment and the volatility conditions could also destroy that win rate, right? The win rate does not show you consecutive losses, your drawdown risk rating, any of that, right? So we use stuff like the EV, expected value, right? We use stuff like profit factor, right, to show us like, all right, is this the strength of the edge, and is that edge sustainable through time, right? But that, you know what, these two elements, every single trade system has them, right? These two elements, they miss the drawdown and the consecutive losses, right? And if that's not accounted for, like, you are going to blow up no matter how great this system is, because you will not have the proper position size on to you won't be able to sustain the 15% of the time that it does not work, right? So now we use those to say, hey, is this edge something that sustains over time? Because we know that everything has reversion to the mean. It goes away from the mean and it comes back, to include systems that win versus losses and the variance of how many times they lost and all that, right? So we use MAE and MFE, right, to understand where are the high probabilities of that measured move, like how far does it go, right? In both directions, right? Like we use this surely to grade, like what is a higher than normal cash flow move? What is normal versus abnormal? I guess we can say it that way the best, right? How far does your trade go against you right? Not entry, right? Entry is like the least, I don't even give a shit about entry, right? But after if then statement happens, how much does it go this way versus this way? Against or for, if that's the easiest way for you to think. I don't like thinking of it like that. But we can look at that measured move through this is a normal move versus this is an anomaly move, right? And this is where we can pull our stops and our TPs for that move, right? If you're a trend-based trader, maybe you go to the 30 percentile. If you're a cash flow, maybe you go to the 70 percentile, right? And then but this also, so we've got 3 measured moves just to give you how do you survive market environment and volatility conditions over time, right? Just to build entry and stops and if it's even worth playing in, right? But this right here, right? These 3 right here, the drawdown risk, what's the max drawdown, right? What is your absolute drawdown versus your relative drawdown from an actual P&L standpoint look like when trading this? And then what is your consecutive loss periods, right? And this is the most important part. So these 3 define the edge, if the edge is even worth playing in. These 3, right, are a direct control of are you going to blow out based off of your position size. So these 3 control the edge, and these 3 control how much you properly position size. Because, right, if you do not account for if it's an 85%, if it's a 60, if it's a 90, it doesn't matter. That other side will blow you up no matter how great it is if you're not position sizing correctly, right? And that's where these 3 you've got to pay attention to, right? Because it's a direct control of this, the position size, right? And so what and then that's just measuring these measured moves without anything, just if then statement, if this action happens, does it survive over time? Then we use stuff like the daily profile to turn in a market environment, if this is a range style system, I should probably only trade it in a range style environment. If I'm trading in a trend, I'm going to put a magnifier on everything against me, right? And you line up the market environment, right, with the strategy, right? And if you can't do that, so it seems like a lot for the first person that does it, has ever heard of it, but it's really not. And that's why this is more important than the strategy itself. You have to build the proper risk profile for the measured move. And if you can't do that, you will always face the other side of that win rate. And that other side of the win rate will destroy your accounts and lead to non-consistent performance. I love this topic. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's very important. Very, very important.
I use one other matrix, but I can't even get people to collect data or even collect their own trade data. It's called the SQN. They give another strength measurement, but at the very minimum, you need to at least at the very, very minimum, right? Just go collect the MAE and MFE, right? Of whatever strategy you want to trade. That'll do you so much better than anything out there.
I just want to give a shout out to these boot camp members right here. You guys are certified badasses today. Got you on the chat on the chart. These are the people. So you see the QR code in the top left. Right now, they're in the phase of the boot camp where they're war gaming with their team, and you can see they're killing it. All right. Okay. Without further ado, through Wi-Fi problems, through classes, now let's get into what I'm seeing here. So we got 2 bullish footprints. You guys know the drill. Go to the 60-minute chart if you're new. And I just want to see what is the most recent wicks, the hourly time frame that relate to the statistics. Okay, so if we're below all the statistics, and when I say are we above or below statistics, I mean all the levels that I care about. So these green lines here, these are just retracement levels. This is an indicator that we have in the pack. Green means bullish. Obviously, red means bearish. So we don't have any red levels with high strike rates below. So we have a lot of levels that have, 84%, meaning this level right here specifically has been hit 84% of the time in the past 75 days, and so on and so forth. Opening prices 1 through 7. We retrace the overnight session more than we don't. These opening prices prove that. So I want to see, where are, let's say, the 5 a.m. Past 75 days, we've retraced the 5 a.m. 81% of the time. So all these areas get retraced more than they don't. Midnight open, the holy grail of where I want to see, are we above or below? We are below. And so if we're below all these statistics that I care about, now I want to see where is the catalyst most likely going to happen if we are going to mean revert, if we are going to accept below all these statistics in the pre-market and then have that mean reversion. These two zones right here that I like to call footprints just give me an idea that if we start breaking off this footprint, we open up the market somewhere here and then break above, great. That's even more of a reason that if we're delivering off this footprint, gives me even more confidence that this is potentially the follow through. And then step two is one footprints, and I see where we're at within the statistics. Where are we at within the daily candle? Okay. We typically make the high and the low of day of that daily candle in 4 major times: 1800, 3 a.m., market open, market close, power hour. We can see we do have an in statistic high of day at 3.5, and then this is where the sauce comes in, what Mickey was talking about with the daily profiler. So not only is this an in stat high of day, if I zoom in here, you'll also see a little box right here, this ST. Right now we're short for New York 1, meaning we took this low. And so if we take this low and we never come back to take this high, 1130, we are true. My screen is stuck. You guys can't, Mickey, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see your screen. Move it around. Yeah, it's moving. I think
Can you guys see
individual user. Like he's been having issues. Like that's all him, because he said he couldn't see your screen, but I see your screen just fine, and now you're moving. You're good.
Okay.
That's the user.
All right.
Check your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Alpha, you need to fix your Wi-Fi, dude. Come on. All right. So if we are not going to take this high, not only do we have a just generic in statistic high of day, but from the daily profile perspective, we also have a really good high of day for a directional true move. So now what do we got to do? We got to let live price tell us, are we right or wrong? We don't marry a statistic. We don't predict what price is going to do based on percentages. We say that live price is agreeing with the direction of all these percentages, I'm going to hit it. If live price is disagreeing with all these percentages, I'm going to hit it, but I'm going to measure my risk so that way if we do get a reversal, I can still join the other side. So what I'm going to be looking for is going into 9:30, and this is my now going into my trade plan a little bit, is my trade plan is going at market open here. I draw a box to represent the high and the low of the first 1 minute 9:30 open candle. So 9:30, 9:31. No, that I don't think this is the opening range. Opening the official opening range, 30-second, whatever. I like to use the 1 minute. So the 1 minute, if we open up the market somewhere here, break further to the downside, I will be looking for that cash flow move off the short and then, covering my risk. If we break above, this is the SpongeBob foaming at the mouth scenario where I want to get my cash flow out of the trade, but then I also want to look for an extended target to the upside. Why? Because this is objectively, no matter how scary this down move is, no matter how scary the overnight session looks, this is always the higher scenario. And when you bake in high probabilistic outcomes over a series of 100, 300, 400 samples, and you do the same, you're going to have consistency, especially above a 50 to 60% accuracy. You're baking in that accuracy. You're baking in the fact that every time I shoot for a target, it's going to have an 84% accuracy, 90% accuracy. Does that mean you're going to be right a lot of the times? No, you can still be wrong. And exactly what Mickey was saying, I can still be consecutively wrong, because these strike rates, EV show you, is exactly what he says, is those consecutive losses. But when your decision making is rooted in objectivity more than it isn't, you're going to have some baseline consistency. And so if we break this market open to the upside, I will be looking for an extended cash flow long to go false, to take this high, to take this P12 mid, to take a lot of these statistics, but then also to the downside. This is also giving further directional movement, because if you think about, we range more than we trend intraday. We'll put context to these high strike rates. If I know that this level has been hit 8.6% of the time, if I know this level has been hit 78.6% of the time, if I know a lot of these levels have high strikes, but we break to the downside, what we like to call this is often a signature of if we leave every or the majority of the statistics we're supposed to retrace historically more than we don't. This is a beautiful sign of a directional day, because these are the days the minority, right? Like you got 88 here. That's the minority, the 12% that this line hasn't been hit. This 86.6, this is a 14% or 13% of this level being hit. So when we have everything stacked in the same direction and we're failing it, I get even more excited because this is where we get to kind of have our cake and eat it too. We get to target the high probable outcomes when they do appear and live price agrees, but we can also use these as a precursor that if we break to the downside and live price is accepting below what the RTH is opening as, we get to also say, dang, this may be the minority price action where we don't get a lot of these statistics. So that's my trade plan going into it. If for any reason in the next 15 minutes, we do start opening to the upside, because I also like to plan for the least probable outcome that I wouldn't like to see, but I'll roll with whatever the market gives me. So if we do start mean reverting prior to market open and we open up the market, let's say somewhere here, I will just be looking for cash flow moves to the upside for the remaining statistics, because this is a good low of day, both in distribution and coming up on a time perspective. But then also if we to the downside, it'll purely be cash flow. And that's what I'm seeing, baby. Austin is very caffeinated this morning. I got my workout in, spent some time with the lady this morning. We got the gym session done. We got freaking probably 150 milligrams of caffeine running through these veins. We're good. We got Chris in the house. What's up, Chris? NQ Stats. Another fellow statistical based NAS. Really good guy. He needs to work on shooting his marksmanship, but other than that, he's really good. He's a pretty cool guy.
You're right.
Pickle Teaches. I love that name. Never change that name, dude. Pickle Teaches FX. Hey, real quick, we got over 100 people in here. All right, we got 15 minutes till market open. If you guys didn't see it yet, check the pinned message right here. I got the tweet, and you can see the thing run out the bottom. But sometimes people listen to these streams, so for the people listening and they don't see anything, here's your chance. We're giving away 2 100K evals. Now, when I say I'm giving away 2 100K evals, it's just going to be the cash equivalent, because obviously we don't have any way of physically giving you. I don't own a prop firm, so I can't just give you a prop account. So we all use Wise. Okay, if you get payouts or if you trade with prop firms, a lot of prop firms pay out with Wise. So it'll just be whoever wins. I'll connect with you on Discord. Come into the Discord community, make a support ticket, drop your Wise tag, and we'll do it over Wise. So that's how we'll do it. I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's go.
Austin, your screen is frozen here. What? Tom doesn't go down? I'm not sure what's going on. I'm looking at, I got the stream open on another tab, and it looks like it's good.
Yeah, same.
Moving.
I got it up, and it looks like it's running.
He already said it was okay afterwards.
Oh. My bad. Dang, I was about to say, dang it, I forgot to put the lag on today, so I can just be a guru and always be right.
Wait, what?
I forgot to turn the mic switch on. Anybody?
Russell's already TP'd market Q1 break. Let's go, Russell, you good little kid. What a fun kid, that Russell. He's a good kid.
Tell you guys, Russell is going to be my baby next year. Why do we just love hurting ourselves? I think we just like pain, Mickey. I think we just genuinely enjoy the pain of NASDAQ.
We've already proven that YM and Russell are better statistically.
And we're still over here. All right, NASDAQ, let's do it. Because I'm telling you, dude, this is what's going to happen. I'm telling you. I'm going to start full-time trading Russell. And it's just going to be NASDAQ is going to give me that one clean move, and my heart's just going to sink.
That's what's happened to me every single time I've tried to leave NASDAQ. It's like I'll sit there and build up a fist fight through the range choppy months. And then I'll be like, you know what? Like Russell, YM, you guys look amazing. And I'll go over there for one day and then Cube boom. It's the cleanest setup. And I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Like your stats are built around this.
With a really big spreadsheet.
Yeah. I'm at the point now that I've maxed out any kind of measured move stat and any kind of, system stat that I can do with NASDAQ. So it's time to spend next year transferring over the other assets like Russell, gold, to see what their measured moves are for the portfolio diversification.
Mark's calling me out too, because I did say this. So Mark, you must be under another username from your Discord, but so Mark's probably a PAC member. But yeah, I really contemplated starting on 2025 of that was like my goal. Is I was like, I might want to switch to YM, pay the leap. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it may just be pure psychological, because at the end of the day, stats are stats. And what Mickey and I are talking about is MYM and Russell are just these magical things as opposed to NASDAQ. It's just a lot of the moves that we do trade, for some weird reason, Russell and YM do just consistently make that move more without the drama of pulling back and stopping you out, or,
and then going to
wicks.
TP.
I mean, I could even probably, we got 10 minutes. I could probably even show you guys an example. So we had a pretty wicky day. Was it Tuesday last week?
Mm-hmm. YM just ripping to the moon. Easiest 930 trade that you could ever take.
Yeah, we had. Was it Monday? There was a day last week where, YM was just a meme coin.
I'm asking, when did YM do the divergence? That was the day on the daily chart.
I really think it was Tuesday.
I think you're right.
Aha, it was Tuesday. Yeah, so take a look. So here's Tuesday. So here's market open. Now I'm on the 5 minute. I use the 1 minute, but you guys can visually understand the same thing. So this was the market open, and then we just clean off of 930. Then if we take a look at NASDAQ, we had some drama. We had some drama on Tuesday. We actually wicked the high, came down a little bit, still made some money on the downside, but then we just struggled to make a clean move off market, pulled back into it, and then just chopped for the rest of the day. Versus again, YM, you're one and done off market open. Did you know, by the way, Mickey, and I didn't know this until I was doing some research. Somebody made a tweet. I forgot who it was. They posted on my timeline over the weekend, and I went and looked, and sure enough, dang, they were right. We all know Tom Hogard. We all, know his books and what he's famous for. I don't have to get into that, but I never knew, because he also live and posts his trades and stuff like that. He literally uses. Are you all sitting down for this?
Mm-hmm. I already know where you're going with this.
He uses the second 15-minute candle. What do we use? We use the 930. Anything above, that's bullish. Anything below, that's bearish. We do the same thing Tom Hogard does. Because his opening range essentially is the opening of DAX, but we use the DAX. The only thing we do that he doesn't do is the targets that we achieve, that we target, are just targets that have statistics beside them. That's it.
And
It's
he's
the
more
same.
of a trend-based trader, so he's trying to capture. We try to shoot for cash flow targets, right, and
Yeah.
scale out of the positions at very smart statistical places.
Yeah.
I still love reading that book. It's still one of the best definitions of the struggles of a trader that you go through that there is.
And PTFX isn't wrong here either. NASDAQ does respect some stuff. So, like, if we do want to talk about market open, NASDAQ does have, at least from the shorter movement, I'm not talking about the expansive movement, but the movement, because I did even do an apples to apples comparison. If you take the 930 1 minute high and low, NASDAQ does have a higher edge at the lower hanging fruit. But you got to ask yourself, well, what's the context of that? Context is most likely, we can derive with that statistic, that it's more wiki, right? So it makes that aggressive move a little bit more consistent. But then the other instruments like Wyman and Russell, where they maybe lack that aggressive move right away, they make up for it in the longer move. So yeah,
I've noticed that YM and high day, low day, right? It does not like the high day, low days as much as NQ does. And then ES with the 930, like the ES will sit there every day, even on trend days, and swipe through that 930 before going. It seems like, and then it finally goes, right? I definitely have noticed differences during the main times that we trade, which is one of the main reasons I don't go over there. Because like I would have to go learn what does a VMP, DWP, range 1, range 2 signature look like from 930 to 945, and it's like they all have that little difference during the times I need them to have the same difference, right? And that's why I haven't made the jump.
That's the key thing you said, right? Is the time. Like the statistics may be roughly this within a range, but the times may be, over time it may be dramatically a ding.
Yeah.
Hey, we got our intern Winston in the building.
That's really cool what we're doing though. We're building algos to trade everything for us, so we will have the time to go over there and mess around with it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. God, I got that stuck in my head now. Oh my God. PTFX, you failed me, PTF. I asked PTFX to make me one of his custom songs. What's the name of the band? PTFX.
Dirty Mike
asked him to make me a song.
Dirty Mike, his band name is Dirty Mike and the Boys.
Dirty. No, it's like something coughing. It's like something coughing, but I was asking him to give me one for an execution video, and I had to go make it myself. I need my music, dude. It was Friday. I'm just joshing her.
That's such an old person saying. Just joshing around.
Yeah, who wants to actually use the term Josh? That's like the name ever. What up, Dale? Morning, bro. Another pack member that I'm really proud of. He always like to shout out the people that I see that do stuff that I think could inspire other people. One thing that Dale did that I think a lot of people would find value in is he hit me up one day and he was like, dude, I think I just need to slow down. I think I'm trying to do too much stuff. I'm trying to overcomplicate this stuff. And I told him, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks. I said, dude, don't even just every single day come to this chart and war game what you see. Just war game and plan if price does this, then I would be bullish. If price does this, then I would be bearish to here, to here, to here. And just do that for 3 to 4 weeks. Detach from the execution side of the trading. Just be comfortable watching the moves that you're articulating either be wrong. And if they are, was there anything you did, or was it just purely being wrong? And if so, that's okay. And then if you are right, you get to see yourself being right, articulating the same thing. And then you come back to the chart. You come back 3, 4, 5 weeks, whatever it takes for you to reset, and then start clicking the button, because now you've been doing the same thing without the stress of winning or losing a trade. And now you put the trade on. And it does help. And I am on YM. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Thank you, Maz King. He said, Austin, you're still on YM.
Dude,
I'd be sitting here trying YM opening range.
he's such a good friend, because I would have been like, let's go.
All right, guys, I'm long. Wait, whoa. 5 minis? What the heck is going on here? Yes, J-Bar. Top Step does have that scaling thing, so you can't use the scaling requirement still step on fun. Yes. So like if you're on day 1, you can only do 20 micros. And then as you scale up and hit the profit requirements, I think it's like 2K or 3K or something like that. Like I never even go past like 10 micros, so I don't really care. There's like a scaling plan. You understand that. So you
And we've lost him again. Is there anybody out there?
We are on market open right now, so I'll give you the share screen,
Oh,
I guess,
yep.
until
Let me get the share screen. Market's open. Ooh, good call. I wasn't even paying attention. So we'll come into this previous day mid. We're trying to see, do we bounce off of here? And now I'm freaking glitching out. Oh my gosh, come on. All right, we're seeing, like, can we bounce from here this previous day mid? This is the net in zone for the false, right? We're not expecting that, but if it's going to happen, it's going to happen right here, right now. If we start getting 1 minute breaks above, right, I will start considering taking a trade, right? Meaning closes above this market open. Right, we've hit the area where we've, for 7:30 to 11:30, this is the exact area where 50% of the time we've hit there, and then everything below it is just anomalies of the last 50 Mondays. So when we got a Trump tweet or something like that. All right, so 160. So I am going long. All right, I am long 5 contracts. Shit, I'm gonna have to take some off right here, right now, because we already hit. Well, we had to wait for 10 basis points. I'm taking a third of the position off, right? So I'm taking 2 off right now. And so now I'm in 3 contracts. Stops right here. Already got out of the original position. Took a fourth of the contract off. So I got up to 6. Took a fourth off right here. Right. So now I have 3. Did you make it? Did you get in?
It's so annoying. No.
Oh, dude.
Oh my God, bro. This is so stupid, man. I'm sorry, guys. There's no,
whenever this happens, I can get the string. You just worry about placing the trade.
Yeah. Well, the cash flow trade already went. I mean, that was it right there.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing to get into now. Motherfucker, bro.
That's horrible. All right, so now your high probability settlement prices have been filled, right? So the 25, which had 100 or 90 something, your 50 that had like 90 something, 80, and then now we're seeing does it want to go for the 76% right here off the settlement. So I'm erasing that. Right, we got the 4-step reversal going on. We've got 2 of the 4 steps done, which supports the false, which supports the 730 to 1130 to get hit. That happened way too fast. All right, now we're seeing, can we get up to Globex Open?
I'm telling you, man, every time. Like, how? Right at market open. Right
Dude,
at
that's, I don't mean to be mean, but that's pretty funny. Like I've never met anybody who has like that bad of Wi-Fi, right?
I mean,
That just
there's
sits there
really
and should,
nothing I can do. But in 3 months, I move in. You guys don't understand how excited I am to get the fuck out of this stupid place.
yeah,
God damn, that's so annoying.
that is.
Easy fucking trade right here. Easy fucking trade. Well, that was the trade, guys. I mean, if I'll share my screen. This is the trade I would have taken. I hate that shit happened. There's literally nothing I can do. I live in a place where I can't change my Wi-Fi. It's the same. I live in a place where it's only one internet provider. But this is the trade. I would have taken my trade here, scaled out at 0.1%, stop at 25% of market open, and then my final exit I'll just be waiting for 945, and then I would take 0.1% off the high of 945 or the false, whichever came first. Yeah, I've tried guys. I don't even put suggestions in the chat. I've tried everything. I've tried Starlink. Don't have enough Sky coverage. I've tried getting a hotspot. Hotspots fucking suck. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do.
All right, so we definitely overspent New York 1, and we've overspent the 9:30 to 10 o'clock range right here, right now, right? So definitely expecting a pullback right now, right? We've already breached our 0.25 retracement zone, right? This is a pretty good move to support that false that we were talking about, right? We know that this Globex Open is the next highest probability movement to get hit, right? At this point, right? Like once we get up there, I'll take 2 more contracts off and just leave a runner of 1. So just to recap, like right here, once we got the snap right here, it also matched with the 25% retracement off of the 6-9 box break, right? I entered 6, took after 10 points right here, 10 basis points right here, I had to cover the queen, and so that's what I did. So I'm still left in 3, and this will be my final target before leaving just the runner to run.
What an easy fucking trade. I am just fuming right now.
That's like the worst case scenario.
I mean, how in the hell? The most perfect time. Dude, I could have had Wi-Fi problems at any other time. Right at market open,
Real
dude.
quick, I'm taking 2 off. Right, took 2 off. All right, and I've got a runner. Risk is still below 930 low.
Dude, let it run, dude. Don't take 2 off right now.
Yeah, I'm not the trader that lets it go the target, the final target of where I thought. I'll leave. I've got a runner on, and for it to come back and just stop me out because it did a 945 reversal. But yeah,
No, it won't. This is we're going to the fucking moon because I didn't get a part of it. We ain't coming back to 930 today, guys. This is low of day, 930. I'm calling it right here. We're going to take that. We're going to go to the other side of the high. This is the low of the week. God damn, bro.
dude, I was hoping it would at least come back and like let you try to get in your position.
We're about to do a live stream of me live calling my internet provider and just cussing them out.
Yeah, like this is the cool thing about this though, is like this happens every single day. It's just one day. Show up and do the same thing tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just being dramatic, guys. It's annoying, but yeah, I mean, we do the same stuff. It's just, you know, when you're living it, it's pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna act like fucking gurus today, so I'm gonna just put my guru hat on here, guys. So I hate being this way. We're just gonna call price. So at 9:45, watch this. Watch this. Ready? This was the trade. Okay. We all took it. Even me. All right. And then we're just going to hold. And then I'm just going to put my arbitrary target here at midnight open. And then at 9:45, whenever 9:45 closes, the second exit would be 0.1% of the 9:45 high. So then I would pull that down here, whatever that is. But right now it's this. Oh God, that's the gayest name I've ever heard in my entire life. Tape reading. What tape are you reading? I hate when, oh man, you're not reading a tape. You're watching OHLC data points. There is no tape. Whoever created that name is equally as gay. I'm on a roll now, guys. I missed my trade. I have caffeine in my system. Everybody's getting the smoke now.
Everybody's getting smoked. We're gonna make the wall sweat. All right, in the chat,
What's up, Bob?
What kind of daily classification
Dude, we got Bob in here.
From? Who?
Bob. Cobra Bob.
Oh, nice, nice. Anyway, what kind of daily classification are we expecting based off of this? Right here, right now. Exactly, Alpine. We'll see if 10 o'clock brings it on back for a possible DMP, but as of right now, this is classified as a DWP.
You know what? I give up. We're doing this. I'm just joking. Oh, that's funny.
Put the tic-tac-toe on, dude. When in doubt, tic-tac-toe it out, dude.
When you asked what classification it was, Midnight Master said raging.
Yeah.
He's very correct.
He's very correct. All right, guys. Right? So let me show a screen. I got a service announcement. Jesus. Right? Because we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19 circles below. Right? I took a long right here so we can get back up to the 20th circle. All right. That's just the reason behind the trade. That's it. That's all we care about. Wait, dude, we're long false on this tic-tac-toe chart. Guys, sell everything right now.
That is pretty
Oh.
funny. It's like the exact opposite of the we shall see.
What the hell is happening? Like, where did it get that? From here? I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know how those things are calculated. Oh, it's not even 45 after yet, dude.
Yeah, I told you this is going to be the fucking runner right here. This is going to be the day that this thing runs.
Dude, thank God for Pocky, because I wasn't even paying attention to market open. Like, it was like market open. I was like, Pocky, put the screen on me until it gets back, and he was like, market open, it's yours anyway. And I was
Well,
like,
hey,
oh crap.
I want you guys to cheer me up. All right, I get cheered up when I see other people winning. Drop in the chat who got this trade, okay? And obviously, it's no copy trading. We all just trade the same stuff with the same stats. So, who got this extended target market open break? Just drop in the chat what you did, because obviously we can't share screenshots. We got 100 people in here. Okay, so 100 people. Out of 100 people, who got this? One more minute till 9:45. And then I get to Furu tape read. I get to read the tape when there's no fucking tape. You're just watching candles. I hate that name. Shag copies my trades. We got Tony. We got J Bar. Pocket was in a midnight open trade. 9:30 sealed the deal. All right, real quick. This will be the update on my Furu trade here. So 9:45. Here's the high, 0.1%. Scale this here.
I think you covered 10 minis, and your stops at break even right now.
Yeah, stops at break even. If you say that I'm not in 10 minis, you're just hating. 0.1% off the 9:30 to 9:45 high. So this will be my second exit. And then going into 10 o'clock, if we keep on going, it'd be the final exit around 10 o'clock.
And if you missed this trade by him, do not worry. At the end of the day, we are going to cherry pick and show you all the trades that we took or that you could have taken if you just stay disciplined in your system. And we're going to use the risk to reward pool. All right.
Yeah, we don't show executions. We don't do that.
No, we're too busy. We're too busy to live trade. Right. It's hard managing like $1 million. Right. Right. We cannot live trade in front of you because it's SEC against the law. It says against the law for the SEC for me to live trade in front of you, but I will cherry pick and show you the trades you should have taken.
Yeah. Makes sense. Nice. Dude, heck yeah. A lot of you guys got it. Good job, guys.
All right. It's go time.
Pilsy can't. Pilsy, I'm proud of you. Pilsy said, I can't trade yet. I'm in the boot camp.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, absolutely. We're getting into the phase where we start building systems. So that's awesome.
Dude, look at all you guys. Let's go. Trades don't lie. Tuesday Trader, Pilsy, Andrew, Shag, Dale, Twist, freaking Vlad, ER. Up 140 points with 4 micros. Nailed it. 817 on the funded to open to the P12 mid. Let's go. Wes 309 couldn't move TP quick enough, but got 0.13.
Nice.
Chris is a little weenie hut junior. Carl 546. The Discord is feasting. Let's go. Chitaki 134 with 1 micro. That's beautiful. Julie 511. Bob, what's up? Laughing. LOL. No trade for me yet. That's fine, Ziggy. That's fine. Second, yeah, we're still tape reading. We're tape reading. We're tape reading. We're coming up. We're coming up. Come on. Let's go. Come on. I don't know. How do you read tape?
I think just like an auctioneer.
Can we get we got 217.25. Can we get 220, 220 minutes accepted down to 218, 216, 217, 211. Do you guys like that tape reading? We just read tape. Oh, it tick denied me. I'm in the trade. I promise I'm in the trade. I swear I'm in the trade. We got tick denied. Let's go. Come on. Can we get 210, 212, 212, 25? Come on. 213, 75. Can we get 216? Do we get 213, 250? Oh, we 27, 215, 214, 50. Tape reading.
Tape reading 101.
And make sure to tune in next time, ladies and gentlemen, for our ESPN sports broadcasting. Sponsored by McDonald's. Come on, get my point one. And there's my point one. As you guys see this point one being hit, my heart is breaking even more.
And so now let's talk about this. This was with just 6 micros, right? $1,000 trade.
Yep.
Right.
Say it one more time.
With just 6 micros, this was $1,000 trade.
Nikki, how much drawdown did that position take? Could you elaborate the drawdown?
But seriously, like you do not. So this is going back to what we were talking about this morning, right? And I'm going to put it on my chart. So can I share screen?
Yeah.
So we know that this system that we trade, the market open break, has. We're not going to go over the numbers with you because we're frauds, right? But it's just too much. We know that the market open break trade that we take definitely passed the EV, the expected value. So system has strength, and that strength sustains through time. And so our TPs and our losses, right? Our TPs and our risk are derived from MAE and MFE data, right? One thing that we know to be true, that based off of these 3 measurements, right, that over time it wins, right? It wins over time. No matter the market environment, the volatility condition, right? We use the FOS of the short FOS that we do every single day in these high probability hit levels that we talked about, that it would probably net from here, previous day mid and P12 low. Like without even considering this in our back test, we knew that this system over time wins. We use the daily profile and the probabilities of these levels that give it a magnifier of winning, right? Now, based off of the drawdown risk rating and the consecutive losses and the risk of ruin, we now know to be able to take this trade over the next 1,000 trades or the next 100 trades or every day for the next month, right? Whichever time frame you want to do it, to be without blowing up the account, right? We were able to say it takes this many consecutive losses in a row this many times a year. It goes through this max drawdown this many times. This is the doomsday scenario for Chris in the chat, right? Of this. So how can we survive without becoming a prop flipper, which there's nothing wrong with, but we're trying to be consistent traders, not prop flippers. There's a separation of both those type of traders, right? To be a consecutive trader that maintains an account, right? What's the position size that we have to use to maintain this account through all that drawdown and all the consecutive losses and the risk of ruin, right? So now you got to see one of the scariest times of the day for most people who are naive, right? Every single day we take this trade, we take losses. Can we survive those losses? Right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about the daily performance. It's about what the hell is that? You
got the EKG on the chart?
Yo, dude, that was crazy. Can you over time trade this enough? Right? I'll just pull it up since I have it up. Can you over time, right, understand how much this system can make, and can you survive through position size? And when it goes into absolute drawdown for your P&L or relative drawdown, will it bring you all the way back to zero? That's a direct reflection of your position size. We already know there's edge in this trade, but now in order to protect the capital that we've made already when we go into the consecutive loss periods of the strategy, and when we go into max drawdown pain of the strategy, will it bring us all the way back to zero to blow the account? If we don't position size correctly, that will happen, which is why we do it that way. All right, so hopefully you guys got to see that and you got a better understanding of why the measured move and the risk profile matters.
I would like to talk about something even more important than risk profiling. So that's this thing right here. So at this level, you know, we need to make sure that we have a consistent Wi-Fi connection, or you don't get any positive expectancy. Oh man. All right. Hey, it's 9:54. Do we want to do the giveaway? Let's see. We got 94 people in here. Okay, cool. I'm going to give everybody one more chance. We have, let's see. We have the pin tweet. Okay, the pin tweet is in the tweet right in the thing right there. You click the little pin tweet. It'll take you over to the tweet that I made. Please follow the instructions. Okay, don't just like it and retweet it and then not do anything else, because then you're not going to be entered in the giveaway picker. It's all automatic. And then same thing, like just make sure you follow the instructions. I'll give you guys a few more minutes here. I'll do it at the top of the hour. So we got 5 minutes to let everybody get one more attempt to get everything in here, and then we'll do 2 100K evals, and you've got to be in the stream. Buy Starlink. Dude, Andrew, I did. It didn't work.
It's sucked in the hollows where he's located.
Well, the annoying thing with that is I have a deck. So I live in an apartment, and I live on the 4th floor, but I have
wait. To be a true furu, do you own the apartment?
I own a apartment, but not this apartment. But yeah, I didn't have enough sky coverage. That's the annoying thing with Starlink. Or absolutely, I'd be rocking it right now. But my final exit, by the way. So my final exit for this. So just breaking this trade down again. I'm telling you guys, like, I hate talking about what I would do, and it has nothing to do with, like, you know, I just like to show you guys, like, I hate to be one of those people that's like, yeah, this is the trade I would have taken. I would have taken this trade if I was in it, but this is how I would have managed this. So 0.1% cash flow, the majority of the move. So if we go into replay mode, okay, this is right here. I would calculate the market open size. Okay, market open size is 0.18% with that additional, 0.22%. So that's about 12 contracts. 12 contracts, long, stop loss at 25%. Oh, I'm on freaking, wait, what? Why is that so expensive? Maybe I didn't calculate that correctly. Let me do 9. 25%. So maybe about 9. And then 0.1%. 0.1% scale out the majority of the position here. So then be 5. 0.1% like that. And then that would get scaled. And then 2 would be here at that 0.1% of 930, like that. And then the final exit with 2 remaining positions would be the close of this 10 o'clock candle, and then 0.1% above that. And that's how I would have traded it.
All right. So this day has been brought to you by the machine gun model. right? 240 Bravo machine gun, right? It can also be identified as if there was a Black Hawk or an Apache right here, that would have represented a seek and destroy day. And then if there were no clouds in the sky, that would have been a crowd strike, seek and destroy machine gun model. All right. So
The
that's
machine.
17-year-old Mick, who was on the not on the North Korea, but I was guarding the South Korean, North Korean border in the wintertime, way back in the day. And that's why I came up with this model, guys. I said, one day I'm going to do something way better than this and get paid a lot more.
We got a good question here. And by the way, we got one more minute, and then we'll do the giveaway. G-Man says, what do you mean when you say cash mode? I think you meant to say cash flow. So what we talk about when we say cash flow is a term that it's very subjective to me, but it can be objective to be applied universally to whatever you want. So subjectively, cash flow is your lowest hanging fruit of whatever you're trading. That is your lowest hanging fruit. Like if you were to measure and quantify the edge that you trade, what is that 70 to 80% strike rate, just positive price movement out of the gate? That's your cash flow. That is the low-hanging fruit. That is the thing that as a business, you can barely do anything and make that much. And so for me, off market open, that is around 0.1 to 0.2% off this market open. This is a very high strike rate, very high consistent move. And then the remaining position and the remaining expectation of price is what else can I get off this trade in relation to the statistics we have? So then we had this high up here for us to go false. We had a lot of these bullish levels you guys seen this morning get retraced. We had the P12 mid. We have midnight open still floating above. We have a lot of these opening prices. So I can use that to tailor that. Okay, well, if now I've gotten over 3/4 of my position off the table, if I get stopped out, I'm still green. But then now what I can do is say, hey, okay, if we keep on pushing to what we can do, like if we do this 3 a.m. retracement, whatever, I can let this trade move even more and get more out of the trade. So that's what I call an extended cash flow trade, is when I get above average what that low hanging fruit can offer. Hope that makes sense. Okay, cool. So let's do the giveaway. Mick, I'll give you back the screen while I get all the names together here.
All right, so we'll open it up inside of previous hour's candle wick. Right? We're above previous hour 50%, right? So we expect higher prices, right? If this becomes a footprint rejection, we'll be looking for 10 basis points to be breached off of this 05 box as it forms, right? And for us to breach this 50% before we start saying, oh my God, we should start becoming a seller again, right? And so like right now, it's just like we know we're in a market that's showing signs of strength, and we expect that strength to continue until we hit statistical probabilities that say, hey, no, actually, this is a reversal. And so like, as you can see, like we've already almost maxed out our 10-day range. We got actually, not really, we got 200 handles still left on the table for the 10-day median range. We've definitely maxed out our quarterly distros for the sessions. So we definitely expect this to, chop back and forth, do its thing. Right now, because we have a DWP action, we expect, right, because there's only 4 things that the market does during RTH hours, right? And so the one that we're seeing is this one right here, where we just expand away from 930, and then we're looking to see where the afternoon range for the DWP is going to be, right, before we get the pullback. And then once it pulls back, do we trend in the new high day, which was the higher probability? So let's go back over to this. We know that it definitely was a short false. We know that we did get the highest probable low of the day, which was 930 to 945, between 0.4 and 0.4 and 0.5, right? So we've got that. We got that right here. 0.74, we went over, right? But it happened at 9:30, right? So now we can see that for the rest of the day, right, we can expect an end of day, high day, and then we know that we're expecting some kind of pullback, as you can see by the statistical price clouds, going to 10 to 10:15, and we're starting to see that, and then we continue up for the rest of the morning, and then we'll use New York 2 to guide us into the afternoon session. All right, so let's see. We got two more minutes for this 05 box to develop, and then we'll get the 10 basis points. As it comes lower, it's playing at 10 basis points on previous hour 50. We're trying to see right now, does it want to range all the way back, or does it want to bring it all the way back to the open, like the price clouds suggest right here, right? Does it need to come all the way back to the 9:30 price, or is it going to bounce off that previous hour 50 or the 10 basis points below the 05 breakout? That's what we're looking for right now. And this is an extremely large 05 box. So like if you're going to plant your risk here to take any kind of trade, this is over 100 handle, 5-minute candle, right? Like 45 basis points. That's extreme. So now we don't get the luxury of planting risk around here, right? And you are going to have to quad it up, right? And plant your risk at the 75 and such, right? We're looking to see, is it going to put it instat low or instat high for this quarter?
All right. Here we go. Once again, here was the tweet. Okay, so all you had to do was like, retweet it, and then reply. So once this picks, because I can only have it pick like who likes and retweets, and then I'll check to make sure you tag 2 people. And then if you're here on stream and you claim it, great. If not, we'll pick somebody else. So there's going to be 2 winners. So I think if I click this, it'll just choose. Oh, we get some anticipation with a loading screen. A trades W. So it's
Andrew.
not Andrew. Is that Andrew?
Wait, no, that's not him.
Let's go over here, make sure. Oh my God, what is happening? All right, let's go over here, make sure whoever that is. A trades W. A trades W. Yes, they did. They. I said tag 2 friends, and they tagged you and me. Who's A trades? No, that's me. Oh, is that Wes? There you go.
Now we're gonna have to thank you for shooting shots in our plans. Now we're gonna have to change that rule. That cannot be us. There goes our marketing plan. It's true. Wes shot that down instantly.
All right, dope. Well, Wes, congratulations. Just make a ticket in the Discord. You know the drill. And then let's go for the second person. Pick a winner. No way. We got both. We literally just said Andrew too. That's funny.
It hurt me.
That is funny. Where's the other Andrew? I already know who this one is. A star. Let's make sure A star followed the rules, and he did right there. Tanya trades and trades Grizzly. All right. Are you in the chat though? All right. Andrew is a fellow PAC member, boot camp graduate, but he's got to be in the stream. We got to apply the rules. Andrew, there he is. Is that you,
Nice.
Andrew? Boom. There we go.
Somebody
all right.
just
we got to take a ticket.
Somebody just say you're Andrew to make sure he doesn't get screwed. Just kidding.
Appreciate you guys supporting and stuff. And I know people just do it to win, but really is. We're trying to find all different little fun and unique ways to just get out what we do. You know, we're tired of seeing. We won't go there, but we just want to grow what we do. We're very passionate about this. We love the feeling of helping people and you know, finding clarity in something that is very difficult. So we're trying
And it's
to.
not like we don't have like we're not affiliate like traders, so like it's not like these profit accounts are giving. This is actually us giving you money to buy that profit accounts. It's coming out of
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
paying for it. Like so, it's not like we're one of these. Oh, use our code, blah blah blah. Like we're not affiliated with these profit accounts.
yeah. No, sir. No sponsorships.
All right, so we're breaching the previous hour 50. We're breaching the 10 basis points. So now the probabilities of that being a Q1 high as we go into instant high in Q1 is increasing and increasing and increasing. And then the confirmation will be when the next 15-minute takes out this low. What's the line in the sand that shifts the probabilities of this high to this low for the people in the boot camp? What is it? Right, that one level that says, you know what, we don't care about the momentum at 9 o'clock. And you saw it when you did your candle science exercise. Where is it and what is it? That's telling you now the probability is shifting back down because we crossed it for C3. There you go, Dusty the Great. Which means now the probabilities are just as high, if not higher, of us taking out the 9 o'clock low as taking out the 9 o'clock high. So now you need to wait for, and I broke it. And I broke it. Damn it, I just hit all my indicators. Oh no. Right, so now you need to wait for Q2 to give you the confirmation of it instant high or low because now you have probability shifting back down. Oh, well, that sucks. I'm going to reload without saving. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Yes, it fixed it. Yay, cool. Benjamin, that mid is the alert, right, of that. But we know from a statistical standpoint that opening price is the actual line in the sand. The probabilities are actually shifting.
Oh, there, I was muted. I'm gonna try to see if we can get at least one trade here on stream if we do get it lined up with this 10 o'clock 05.
Oh, we already got one trade.
Because now we're breaking. Yeah, we have an instat low. Shut up. We rejected the previous hour mid, and then here's our 0.1% off 05 right there. So this is 3 for 3. Or if we get back above to the upside, I'll take a 5 micro long, depending on where we close.
I like it.
If we get it, if we don't get it and we start tracing back, it'll be nothing for me.
For me, like I like to ask myself, does the edge of the trade that I'm currently thinking about taking have more edge than the trade I just took? If I can't say yes, then there's no need to take it for me. And because I took the trade, Austin was not, like, so he still has plenty of edge left on the table. But for me, it's like, do I want to give $1,000 back today, or do I want to just like call it a day? Right. So for me, I'm locked out, and now I get the luxury of just, and believe me or not, like Austin definitely would have taken that trade if his Wi-Fi didn't crash on him. But for me, it's like I don't have a need to keep trading. Like I pulled cash flow out of the target out of the day, and there's no reason to continue running down the battlefield with no armor on, right? Dude, that would have been such a dope experience. Your Wi-Fi sucks.
Yeah, I'm going to call him today. I'm pretty upset because I called him last week and they were like, yeah, try, the typical bull crap. Try unplugging it. Dude, I think the worst thing you could ever do to somebody is when they're already upset about doing something. I think the worst you could do is just say the most obvious things. I think that's
Plugging it and plugging it back in. Did you make sure it was plugged in?
like, buddy, I've done that 7 times.
Like you
I
need
think
to
I
make sure
reset
that
my router at least 5 times a week.
that's crazy, dude.
They're like trying to give me a whole education on, well, you see, when you reset the Wi-Fi, it does this and that. Dude, I don't care. Fix my shit. You make me pay for this shit. Fix it.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous.
Did you blow on it? I didn't do that, Dusky. Daggone it. That's what I needed to do. Oh, yeah. Trust me. When in the new house, trades don't lie. In the new house, I'm putting the router in my office with an Ethernet cable plugged in. Like there ain't going to be none of this Wi-Fi anymore. He said you have to understand that the average person has probably not plugged it back in.
Yeah. He ain't lying though.
Oh man. What a heartbreaking day today.
Dude, we completely flipped again, right? Last week you took the trade. I didn't get into it, and I tried taking the trade after. We won't talk about how that ended, but I got stopped out. And now like today, and we do this so much, right? Where like you trade the 930, I'll trade the reversal and we'll tag team, or like one of us will trade the 930 and the other one would take the 10 o'clock.
Dude, we legitimately are a hedge fund.
Well, this is like the Wi-Fi God's way of like taunting with you, because not only did you miss the trade, but now they're synced in with the market makers. You have a 100 handle 05 box to manage risk around. It's like, oh my god.
There's nothing I can really do here. That's 111 points, 0.45%. Like, yeah. That's why I was saying I think the only real trade that, I mean, it's I wouldn't say is the best quality is because, and the only reason I'm saying this is because if, big key word is if, we respect everything we've done here that gets us back to taking the 9 o'clock high,
Yeah.
then I would expect that to be pretty crazy to finish out the rest of these stats. But if
This
we break
pullback is perfectly normal, right? Like, if you look at the price cloud, it was supposed to come back this far, right? So
yeah,
at 10.15 and then reverse back up. So I definitely like the long idea. But if we break this Q1 low, like, then that's just out of the table, dude.
here's the price cloud for anybody that doesn't know what Mickey's saying. So these are the projections. So with the variables that we have, so we got this in stat low of day, in stat low of day, little pullback that he's talking about right here, little pullback. And then if we follow the price cloud, then there's a continuation. But if we come back in at 930, boom, range 1 potentially, or some sort of chop around here, and we fall off track.
Dude, what did we do different today that got us 100 viewers? That's crazy. I didn't even know I had that many people that like me.
What did we
I
do
had,
that?
yeah, like we got abnormal people watching the show today.
Hey, I think we're growing, bro.
Oh, cool.
The way, what have you, Shag? See, Shag actually exposed it right there. We scam people by Mickey will take the winning trade and I'll take the losing trade and vice versa. Then Mickey will take the losing trade, I'll take the winning trade, and then we're always winning, right?
Ah,
Mr. Tuesday Trader doesn't mean I like you. Well, I don't like you either, Mr. Tuesday. I love you. I love you. How about that? How about whoever you are? I love you. And if
and I
you're
really
Monday,
hope,
I love you.
and I really hope that Mr. Tuesday Trader, like you have an outstanding Tuesday tomorrow. Like I hope, like it is the perfect A+ setup for you every Tuesday from here on out.
I hope that you have such a good week that it pisses you off at how good of a week it's been.
I hope that you have such a good week that you change your name from Mr. Tuesday Trader to All Week Trader. That'd be epic.
Hey, Bob said we showed up on the home. Nice. How's that GT? I bet it's covered for the winter. You guys are really serious traders. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's what we try to do. You know, WP, like we love what we do here. Like the frustration is very real because we actually trade. We're not like prop flippers where I'm just sitting here scanning through hundreds of accounts just to show you the one winning one. Like we trade what we do. Like we make money and trade funded accounts and try to get money too. We're not just trading paper. We're not just talking theory to hope that you guys worship us. Like we have skin in the game and we feel the wins and the losses just like anybody else. You know, we just have fun doing it.
Last week was a horrible week in the beginning of the week.
Yeah, dude, Monday through Wednesday, I sucked. You if you guys seen how I traded Monday through Wednesday, like you would have thought I didn't know what the heck a candlestick was. It happens.
Hey, dude, I do have to jump, man. Yeah, like good luck to everybody. Like really start taking this serious. The stuff that we talked about when it came to risk profile and syncing it with a measured move, like you don't need to join our Discord. You don't need to trade the way we do, right? But that applies to any type of trading strategy. And what they now tell you is like intraday. We've ran manual back tests, we've ran Python, we've ran all of it. Intraday strategies typically have, just by themselves, have a 15 to 65% win rate, right? There's not many that you guys are exposed to, and they're just way too complex for the average trader to do, right? Just bare bone has above 60% win rates, right? That means every single day, that if then condition is met, you take the trade, right? So and then like that's just the win rate, right? Market conditions, market environment, and volatility conditions will destroy you, right? So take that stuff serious. Learn how to risk profile with the tools and the measurements that we talk how we do it, and like to give yourself a fighting chance. And then if you really get good at it, you'll be able to build systems around that to know when to turn it on, when to turn it off, and how to position size properly in it, right? Because that's what it's about. All right. Later, haters.
See you later, bro.
Thanks, man. I'll jump on a call with you later.
Good trade this morning.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Mr. Tuesday Trader, Austin, I can't stay mad at you. I love you. Are you in the Discord Tuesday? Sometimes I know you guys from other usernames. Costa, we're here. Oh, dude, I forgot We're here to Austin dramatizing that. But yeah, Mickey said don't join the Discord. But if you do want to join the Discord, if you do want to learn what we do, in all seriousness, QR code's right here. All right, just scan it, take you to the page, join the wait list. You will get charged a $1 micro charge to make sure that the card that you have on file is legit. And then you go through the boot camp starting January. Yeah, there's not much else for me, guys. If we break to the upside, there is something to be said about a long, but at this point, it's just, yeah, I would even agree with Mickey. There's just, this was the trade, this was the edge, this was my move. Just sucks that, didn't get to capture it, but it is what it is. There's not really anything else I could say of value. If we go to the 60-minute chart, let's see. Yeah, short false high of day projections get us to 12, so the noon time frame. So if we do continue to the upside and we do that DWP style movement, we do get a potential short false high of day around 12 to 12:15. So if anybody else is looking for longs or continuations, I would say if we get back to market open, I would be a lot more hesitant to look for longs. But if we get back above this opening price, so if I could give you guys any value to leave from, it's that if we do get back above the 10 a.m. open, that would be the confirmation for me that this is a healthy pullback for a continuation. If we break through this midpoint, which we tried already, so if we continue, then we're most likely making a bearish hourly candle. And if most likely we're making a bearish hourly candle to come back into 930, then we could even run the risk of maybe not even making a low of day. And maybe we chop around market open, even make a new low of day. And so just that's kind of what I'm seeing. So either this is the line in the sand for a bearish candle, it's 25,775 right here. It's on my chart, 77.75. If we get closures below this 77.75, if below 77.75, then I'm expecting price to pull back into 930. If we stay above 77.75 with a break and a close above the 10 a.m. open, then I would be expecting continuations for this potential high of day and even a potential retracement to midnight open. Does anybody have any final questions? We got 70 people in here. Again, I hate not being able to trade in front of you guys because I feel like watching people execute live is the best way to learn what they do. So it really just, it's like that thing in the back of my mind, like, dude, it's so annoying. But I hope you guys still got value if you're still here for the first time. Does anybody have any questions about what we do? Any statistics that I use? Why I use what I use? What our philosophies are? Like, why do we trade this way? Anything that you guys have, we'll stay here for 4 more minutes, and then at 10:30 in the pack trade group, we have what's called ambiguous hour. It's we got PTFX and Cody. They live trade from 10:30 to noon. And then from 10:30 to noon, after that, the boot camp members then get to do a live session with Justin, where he will just go through the PM session and go over what we learned in the boot camp applied on live price. And so legitimately, not to be too salesy, I'm just explaining to you guys what we do in a single day in the pack trade group is we start off with Bowie. Okay, we start off with Bowie in the London session. And he actually went live. So if you guys want to watch the replay to that, he went live at 3 a.m. EST. Then we have Mick. And it's either the boot camp class or if we're graduated, moving on to phase 2 to 3, live wargaming. Then from there, we move into Magic Hour. And this is Carl, Drez, and Eldianis. And they live trade from 6:30 to 8:20. And then for Magic Hour, then we have us, New York live trade session, Mick and Austin. And then from there, we move on to ambiguous hour. And that is live trading with Cody and PTFX. And then from there, we have live PM session with Justin. And it is live price boot camp training. And then from here, when the boot camp is graduated, it's free. When the boot camp is live, it's not, it's closed off to just the boot camp. Re-engineering, 4 p.m. EST. So when the boot camp is going on, when we're actively with students, we close it off so that way nobody gets distracted. But then when we are open for people to come into it, so next month we'll open it back up for free. This will be for free. And 4 p.m. EST, we sit down with the PAC members and the bootcamp members, and we just recap the entire day with everything that we use. So this is everything we do in a single day in this Discord 5 days a week. And the reason why I'm very proud to talk about this is because we really try to build as many building blocks throughout the day. So that way, because people sometimes they're busy, right? You may not be able to make, like, let's say you're in the boot camp. The boot camp, you get access to this. You get access to this. And you get access to this. Okay? So let's say you're super busy. You work in the mornings because these are recorded and you can't attend the mornings. Well, great. You have 2 other blocks of time that you could still try to make something. Let's say you live on the other side of the world and this is maybe when you start working or when you go to bed or whatever, maybe this is a good time for you. So we have 2 major chunks of the day that we try to appeal to as many people as possible. And then throughout the day, once you graduate the boot camp, you can then join the PAC, and that's the live trading component and the continued access to all of our tools. And then that's where you would have everything, right? So you would be able to watch us, watch Bowie trade live using our tools for how he trades London. You'd be able to then attend more bootcamp classes. Let's say you go through the bootcamp class and you want to do it again, join the PAC, and you get to join and retake the bootcamp as many times as you want. Then you get to see Carl Dres and Eldianis trade the way that they like to trade using the statistics for the pre-market. Then you get to see Mick and I, the people that show you guys what we do. We practice what we preach during New York, and you guys just seen that today. And then you get to see 2 other people and 2 different other perspectives of trading using statistics during the late AM session. And then there you go. Daily Profiler says, hey, Austin, just did tape reading. Good job. Oh, God. Yeah, we read some tape. We read some tape, all right. Trades don't lie. Proud of you for following your business plan. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, as annoying as it is, you guys, a lot of y'all even said in the chat earlier, dude, tomorrow's a new daily candle. And tomorrow is another chance at my Wi-Fi to actually work correctly. And maybe we'll get it tomorrow, you know? So that's the realities of just realities of trading and using technology. Mr. Tuesday Trader says, also for anyone thinking about joining, if you are serious about trading and being accountable, you should join. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Seriously. We got tons of testimonials. We actually almost hit 100 live reviews on our Watt page. And I can even probably share. Can I share this? You guys can join the Discord. The link is in the description of this live stream, and you can even see all the testimonials here. So if you see my screen, I mean, you can literally, if you want to see how other people are giving you feedback and giving a review, shout out to all the amazing people that left reviews. They're free to say good and bad things. We don't we don't pressure people into saying just good things. But you can go through all these and just see, people's thoughts, their feedback, what they liked, what they didn't like, what's challenging, what's real. And we got 98, I think. So so if you're listening and you're a pack member or a boot camp member, we need 2 more reviews and we get to 100. So if anybody hasn't left a review yet and you want to, we literally just need 2 more and we'll get to the big 100. But all right, guys, that's about it for me. It's 10:33. I hope y'all I don't see any other questions in the chat. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. As always, please, please, please stay grinding on your goals. Okay, this is a lifetime journey. It's not a sprint. It's not something you have to accomplish in a day, in a week, in a month. It is something that doesn't have an end goal. And I want to end with this too. I don't just want to say the normal stuff. Somebody made a tweet over the weekend and they were like, how long does it take to become profitability? How long does it take to be profitable? And I just want to give you guys my piece of that. There is no end journey. There is no end goal of you just one day wake up and you're profitable. And even then, what is profitability? Is it a month of getting a payout? Is it a week of getting a payout? Is it a quarter of getting a payout? Because guess what? You can have a green quarter and blow it all day 1 of the next quarter. Shag says 90 days. You can have a 90-day run up, blow it all day 91. The thing I want you guys to understand is there is no end destination. And when you frame in your mind, one day I will be a profitable trader, you will always be chasing a ghost. You will always be listen to me. You will always be chasing a ghost. You will be chasing a title that is non-existent. There is no such thing as profitable versus unprofitable traders. Because to reach that title would mean that there is an end destination, but there is no end destination in this. Every single day is a new day to either have good habits or to blow everything. So being a trader, in my opinion, is just that. You are a trader. You are not a profitable trader. You are not an unprofitable trader. You are a trader. Stop chasing titles. Stop chasing the ability to call yourself a profitable trader. There is no glory in it. There is nothing to be happy about, because guess what? If you frame it into your brain, it's the same thing of if you were to want to become a millionaire. Okay, if you were to just want to make $100,000, well, guess what? One day you're going to achieve it. And you're going to realize that when you make $100,000, there's nothing special about it. You got more problems. Congratulations, more money, more problems, right? It's the same thing when you finally achieve a week's worth of profitability. You end the week green. Well, guess what? You got another week. You got to do it all over again. You achieve a green month. Guess what? You got to do it over again. So stop putting these titles as a reason for you to work. And instead, just treat every single day like a daily candle, like you should be. Practice good risk management. Find something that you can consistently evolve yourself into being an effective risk manager, and never look back. Never look back. Once you find the kick that resonates into your brain, you will still have red days. You will still have red weeks. But never look back, because the whole point of this chart is to find something that resonates with you, that gives you positive expectancy, that is objective. And then you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to change. You don't have to hop around. You don't have to switch up. You just have to roll with the punches. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll end you all with that. Stay grinding on your goals. I mean that with every heart, soul, fiber, blood cell in my body. And never let anyone tell you that you can't do something they never done themselves. And I'll see you all later. Bye, everybody. Be safe. Have a blessed week. Pack members, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
And they know that they not like us. We ain't gon' do it. The only thing that can stop me is me.